Morimens is one of those rare hidden gems that sneaks up on you and refuses to let go. As a gamer who sunk hundreds of hours into plenty of story-heavy gachas, I went in expecting a decent Lovecraftian deck builder, and I came out obsessed. 200 hours split between both PC and mobile. And counting. This is a roguelike card building gacha game developed by BIAV Studio, available on Steam, iOS, and Android, completely free to play with in-game app purchases. Released in 2024, it blends together cosmic horror, a beautiful anime art style, and deeply strategic gameplay into something genuinely special. The world is quietly dying from something called dissolution, an insidious, indescribable force that's been eroding life, reason, memories, and everything humans once gave meaning to for hundreds of years. Most people have no idea it's even happening, they just forget. Mytheg University is one of the few institutions that knows the truth. Their solution, well, you play as the Keeper of Secrets, a new arrival at the university. You're handed a silver key, and you're sent out to investigate bizarre phenomena across misty, fog-shrouded maps. The narrative unfolds episodically through chapters, mixing visual novel-style storytelling with roguelike gameplay. It is beautifully atmospheric, poetic, and surprisingly emotional, especially the further you progress through. Despair and flickering hope, human nature, fate, grief, and what it means to exist when everything is being erased around you. The writing stands out massively for a gacha game and is by far the strongest selling point of the game. It's heartfelt, it's well-paced, and mystery-driven rather than lore-dumping. Although that isn't to say the lore, the story, the narrative isn't without its issues. Early chapters hook you with intrigue, later arcs, especially as you get to chapter 6 and 7 and beyond, hit peak emotional and philosophical territory. This is not your typical gacha game. The characters aren't just collectibles, pretty waifus or husbandos. No, every character has a rich backstory, distinct personality, and tragic depth that makes you genuinely care about and connect with them. The Lovecraftian Cthulhu mythos inspiration is woven in perfectly. The core gameplay loop is pure roguelike deck building. It's heavily inspired by Slay the Spire, but evolved into a team-based experience. You build a party of up to 4 different Awakeners. Each one contributes their own set of cards, a basic strike, defense, and unique skills to a shared deck. You explore procedurally shifting misty maps filled with events, shops, buffs, symptom cards, positive and negative mods, relics, and engage in encounters of varying difficulties. Combat is turn-based and tactical. You have limited energy per turn, draw and play cards for attacks, blocks, debuffs, poisons, synergies, and wild effects. There are over 185 cards with more added regularly across 4 realms or factions with unique mechanics. You can stack multiples for consistency, you can tailor builds to your specific style, you can be aggressive, you can go control or hybrid as examples and unlock traits or exalts via dupes and progression. Enemies telegraph attacks, but fights are punishing and dynamic. There's no auto-healing between battles, although there are nodes that you can visit to restore your HP scattered about each stage. There are no carryover mechanics. There are chapter-specific gimmicks, though, to keep things interesting. And there are endgame modes that will absolutely wreck you until you master synergies. This is one of those games where winning after repeated failures and acclimating to the individual encounter feels incredibly satisfying. Every run feels fresh, thanks to map events, resonant skill trees, commander abilities, and adaptability. There's story-driven progression, tower climbs, and even PvP. Although if you know me, you know I've never been a fan of competitive modes like this in a gacha game. I think it's lightweight enough to pick up quickly, but has insane depth that most people, including myself, will never fully truly wrap their heads around. Dailies are quick and rewarding, taking only a few minutes to finish each day. The game evidently respects your time while encouraging experimentation. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Morimens' gacha system is one of the most player-friendly I've seen in a gacha game. It's genuinely designed to let you collect and build strong teams without feeling like you're fighting the game or your wallet. As someone who's thoroughly burned out on stingy 90 pull 50/50s and 0.6% rates and other titles, this is a breath of fresh air. It's not pay to win at all. It's more like play to collect everything, given how generous these devs are. The pity is insanely low compared to almost any other gacha. The hard pity is a guaranteed SSR every 30 pulls. No exceptions. This is the baseline. You'll get an SSR very, very regularly. The base SSR rate is around 3%. Soft pity ramps up nicely before 30. With regards to the limited character banners, on each SSR pity pull, it's at a 33% chance, a 1 in 3. For the featured rate up character, if you lose twice, you know what, absolutely no problem. The third SSR is 100% guaranteed to be the featured one. Worst case scenario for a brand new limited awakener, 90 pulls, which is still significantly better than the 160 or the 180 found in a lot of other big games. Wheels of Destiny also have their own separate pity, also 30 for SSR weapons, with a 50-50 on rate up. One loss equates to the next being guaranteed, with a full weapon taking at maximum 60 pulls, which again is better than the vast majority of its competitors. Each dupe levels up the character's enlightenment traits, unlocking stronger skills, stats, and synergies. The game throws free dupe selectors and monthly items at you, so even free-to-play players can max out favorites without endless grinding. This makes the gacha and by extension progression extremely free-to-play friendly. The game showers you with thousands of free pull currency through story clears, dailies, events, first-time rewards, and exploration. I've spoken to veterans who have reported getting every single character, including the limited ones, without spending a single cent, plus having hundreds of pulls left over for future banners. There's no power creep wall. New units are strong but not mandatory. Older ones have continued to remain viable with good builds and team comps to this day. The 30 pull guarantee plus around targeting plus a low dupe needs means you actually feel largely in control, something a lot of us don't have the benefit of in other games. From a pure gamer standpoint, Morimens nails the holy trinity. Addictive gameplay, gorgeous presentation, and a story that actually matters. The roguelike deck building loop is perfected here. It avoids a repetition trap many card games fall into by giving you meaningful choices at every layer. The high difficulty isn't artificial, it's fair and skill-based, turning one more run into 1 more hour sessions. You all know exactly what I'm talking about. The visuals are genuinely stunning, an elegant anime aesthetic mixed with eldritch horror husbandos and waifus. Character art is exceptional. You won't see characters that look like this anywhere else, with environments and effects that just pop. The soundtrack is evocative and perfectly matches the descending into madness tone that the game is channeling. It creates this immersive, melancholic atmosphere that's addictive. The story and the characters are by far the biggest standout. In a sea of generic gacha stories, Morimens delivers some of the best writing in the genre, emotional, philosophical, and from the heart. The community continues to support and play just for the story and the characters. Them getting hooked on the gameplay is just a bonus. It is incredibly free-to-play friendly with high pull rates. Again, a base rate of 3% for SSR, total 5% guarantee at 30 pulls, with a 1 in 3 chance of being the limited banner character, tons of selectors, abundant resources, and no need to wail for endgame viability. It's a diamond in the rough, as it were, that has largely flown under the radar but has built a passionate community calling it a masterpiece. And you know what? They're not wrong. We all love it because it feels genuinely crafted with care in a genre that is often criticized for cheap cash grabs. It's a unique niche blend with strategic depth for hardcore gamers, a complex emotional narrative for story lovers, and eye candy for husbando and waifu lovers. The roguelite fail, adapt, overcome loop combined with a world that feels alive and doomed at the same time creates that perfect just one more run pull that so many of us crave. Even with the occasional translation quirks, the quality shines through. If you enjoy deck builders, if you enjoy roguelikes, if you enjoy cosmic horror, or hell, you just want a gacha game that respects your intelligence and your emotions, download it. It is easily one of my favorite discoveries of the last couple years. Beautiful, brutal, and vibrant. Get ready, Keeper of Secrets. The abyss awaits. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.